Alright guys, my absolute favorite lens to use, okay? This would have to be my Fujinon MK series lenses. So I'm very sorry for me slacking and not producing that much content as of lately. In 2020, I'm going to be planning to roll out a lot more video content, a lot more reviews, and a lot more behind the scenes stuff to talk about our productions, what we use in our productions, and other things video related wise. So in this video, we're talking about the Fujinon MK E-mount cinema lenses. Okay, so I got these lenses, the set of lenses here, about almost 2 years ago now. About in a couple of months, it will be 2 years. And I love these lenses. These lenses are amazing. I use them all the time. If you're running E-mount, so for us, we are running on the Sony FS7, and we are using an A7 III and an A7R Mark II. These are all E-mounted cameras, and the Fujinon MK series lenses are built with a few different lens mounts. They have the Sony E-mount, they have a Fujifilm mount, and they have a Micro Four Thirds mount. Okay, so, and the reasons that they can do that, the flanges distance on those different cameras is very similar, so they can just have different mounts to use on them. And I have actually changed out these mounts. I've been, as of lately, been shooting a lot more on Blackmagic. I have the Blackmagic 6K and I have the Blackmagic 4K, and looking at getting the Ursa Mini Pro G2. But on the Blackmagic 4K, it is a Micro Four Thirds mount. So I got these adapters for the mounts. I got these from a company overseas in the UK. I have that linked to in the description below. And it was very simple to change out these mounts. I say very simple, but you also have to be very careful because you can very easily as you can change them, you can easily strip the screws on these mounts. So I get them to ship it to me with some extra screws. You want to make sure you're using the right screwdriver and you're putting some pressure on these. You can also send it off to them for service, for them to swap the lenses, the mounts for you. But I wanted to have the option of being able to change these back mounts myself so I could use it on my Sony camera still when I needed to, and use it on my Micro Four Thirds cameras. So what's great about these lenses? What make these lenses different? If you're using still glass, if you're using still photo glass, which a lot of us have been using for a long time, what is different on using a cinema lens? So if you've never used a cinema lens before, there's a few different things that's going to be going on here. You're going to have it all manual. You're going to have a very smooth aperture ring here, so you can do aperture pulls. You're also going to have your measurements in T-stops and not in F-stops. In a past video, I talked to you a bit about the difference between F-stops and T-stops. You're also going to get a longer throw on the focus ring here, and you're going to have hard stops on this. And this lens, it's kind of like an in-between a full Fujinon zoom and a smaller DSLR lens, where this is a very light lens. For a cinema glass, this is very light, and it is got beautiful images. I've shot some amazing stuff with this, and what I like for a lot of the style of work that I do, kind of a lot of run and gun, a lot of single operator stuff, a lot of times where I'm working on documentary stuff or branded content that way, where I don't really have the time or I don't want to slow down my process to change out lenses. So change out other prime lenses. So I want a lens that looks great, gives me kind of a very good shallow depth of field, and works very fast so I can be moving around. I love the old days when we had just an ENG lens on the front of a camera, and that was our whole range, and we could use that for a whole day and just have a couple batteries with us. These days have kind of changed with the whole thing with DSLRs and multiple lenses that we can change so we can get a different look with it. But a lot of times I'm going out with a bag that's just having these two lenses on it. Maybe I have one more longer lens on it, and maybe I have one more wider lens. Okay, so for the range you're getting with these lenses, I have the 18 to 55. These work for Super 35 sensors, crop sensors, not on full frame. You can't use them on a full frame camera. So if you're on your A7 III or A7R Mark II, you need to put it into Super 35 mode, into crop mode, but you're getting a great range on these lenses. And the other lens, the longer lens, is a 50 to 135. So the focal length on these lenses actually change a bit because of the Micro Four Thirds sensor. So for example, the 18 to 55, you're getting roughly around a 35 millimeter focal distance. So that to a 55, and then that on this side going from a 50 to 135. Now this becomes a really long lens at the back end of it, because you're now getting a 135 times 2 basically. That's the focal distance you're really getting with this Micro Four Thirds sensor when you're using these lenses on them. So what are the big benefits of using a lens like this? So using a cinema zoom glass, why do you want to use it, and what are the benefits of that? So for me, one of the big things is the speed of it. So how fast I can get a large range of focal lengths on one piece of glass or two pieces of glass, how smooth the focus ring is, and how accurate that is. Also how it is parfocal, meaning if I zoom in on something and I pull back out, it will all stay in focus. This is something that cinema glass has that stills glass does not have. Parfocal is a big deal. So if I want to do a push and zoom, everything will stay in focus. I can use my tilt and nucleus on this. I can have one motor on the focus and one motor on the zoom, and I can do some really cool things like that. I could have it on a remote head, and I can adjust both my focus and my zoom with it. If I had a third motor, I could also be doing my aperture. So that's a great thing with these lenses. Another thing is that they're exactly the same size and they're exactly the same weight. So when I change out these lenses, when I pop this one off and put this one in, if I had rails on and I have a follow focus on, or I have a wireless follow focus on, and I have a matte box, it all lines up. It's all perfectly exactly the same. So again, one of these big benefits of using lenses like this is speed. This really is going to increase your speed and how quick you can move from lens to lens. If you're using a stills glass, they're all different lengths, different shapes, different barrel size, or different lens flange size in the front of the lenses. These are things that you're going to have to readjust for, and slows you down. So benefits of cinema glasses, matching, and these two being exactly the same weight. So if I'm balanced on a gimbal, which I have used this before on my FS7 on a Ronin 2, I'm balanced for the one lens and I want to switch out for the longer lens, it's still balanced perfectly. Big deal. So real world testing, I've been using these for almost 2 years. I'm pretty hard on my gear. I'm very hard on my gear a lot of times, and they have stood up. If you're shooting Sony and you're shooting with something like the FS7 or an A7 series with the E-mount, these are awesome, awesome lenses to get. You can rent them from a lot of different places as well. Thanks so much, guys, for watching this video. Please hit the like button if you liked the video, if you found it helpful. Please think of subscribing to the channel, ring that bell so you get notified when I post my next video, and we'll see you guys on the next video.